Hey everyone, how you doing? In today's video, we're going to be talking about all of my ColourPop favorites from 2021. Basically, I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial using all of my favorite ColourPop products for this year. And I'm also really excited to announce that this video is sponsored by ColourPop. And before we get started, I just want to let you guys know that everything that I'm going to be using is going to be listed down below. And you can use my discount affiliate code, it's NICOL, at the checkout. I am currently filming this video a few days before Christmas Eve. All I can think about is like the huge cheese board I'm gonna make on Christmas Day. Gotta make sure I have my IBS pills. All right guys, I'm gonna zoom you guys on in and let's get freaking started. Throughout this tutorial, we're gonna be using my new ColourPop brushes. I absolutely love ColourPop brushes. You guys have seen me use them a lot in my tutorials throughout the year. This set specifically is one of my favorites, and it comes in a really cute carrying case. You pretty much have a whole set of what you would need right here. It ain't a Nicol tutorial if we don't start off with our eyes first. So we're gonna start off with our eyes. And I'm gonna be talking about some of my favorite ColourPop eyeshadow palettes from this year. I do have two specifically that are just stuck in my mind that I love. I'm a very big fan of the ColourPop eyeshadow palettes that are this big. I love the big palettes. So the first palette that I loved this year that they released is Jouer Golden. I just love these colors. I love that there's also pops of blue in here, and it's a really, really nice, just neutral palette. You could bring it on the go, and this is basically all you would need. And the next palette is, of course, another big palette. It is the Gone Matte palette. Now, the reason why I am adding this palette in is because it has literally every neutral matte color that you would need, and it even has cool tones in here as well as warm tones. So I feel like you can use this palette for like anything. You know what I mean? You can even use it as bronzer, you can use it as a blush, you can use it to contour, you can use it for brows, you can literally use it for anything. So that's why I wanted to add this one on there. So we're gonna be using both of these palettes today for our tutorial. Let's go in first with our transition shade, you guessed it, and I'm gonna be using this shade right here. It's called Shaggy. And I'm gonna start in the center of the socket and just brush back and forth. I kind of want to do a smoky liner look. I haven't done one of those in a while. I always feel like extra fierce whenever I have some sort of a smoky eye going on. I actually wanted to get a little bit deep and talk to you guys about the holidays and stuff, and like, I know it can be so difficult for some of you guys, and I just want to say I am thinking of you and that you're not alone. Just want to give a little trigger warning. Gonna talk about eating, and you guys know I've opened up about my eating disorder and stuff like that, having anorexia, and you know, just this time of year is just can be a little bit difficult with like food triggers, and also I feel like fitness posts and social media in general can just be very triggering. So I just want to let you guys know you're not alone, and to give yourself permission to enjoy the holidays. And I really do hope everybody had an amazing holiday, because I know it can be so difficult. For this next shade, I'm going to be going in with the shade Snoozin', and we're going to keep this very low like so, and up a little bit. Just kind of really focusing on a wing shape. And having something like a sharp edge is also gonna be super, super beneficial for this as well. So I feel like I haven't sat down to film a YouTube video in such a long time. So Riley and I went to New York for my birthday. I had a really good 29th birthday. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm 29. I'm really excited though for the last year of my 20s. Like, aging definitely freaks me out. It freaks me out, but it'll be okay. And I'm also just kind of like packing it more intensely right in this outer corner. And the last shade I'm gonna use from this palette is Roll Around, which is this dark black shade. And the brush I'm using is the E20 from Colourpop, and I am basically just gonna keep this as low as I can because we will blend it up. And I'm gonna just start packing it on and keeping it low. That is the biggest thing when you are doing a smoky liner, is to keep things low because you have to blend it out still. And when you blend it, naturally it's gonna make the shadow go up. So keep it low and slow. And I'm just really putting it in the waterline of my upper lid, or the lash line rather. And then taking this ColourPop E21, it's a blank brush. It's a brush with no additional product on it, and I'm gonna use this to start blending out the black shadow. You wanna use a brush that doesn't have product on it because it's gonna help give that airbrush diffused look. You don't wanna add more product on this, you just wanna like diffuse it out. And then we can also take some of the shade Roll Around and just kind of pack it back on. And also, I don't want to bring it up too much. I think I'm just going to leave it kind of as is, and then whatever is left on the brush, kind of take it up with it. But I'm not doing anything too crazy. I'm going to start to put it on this eye now, keeping everything low. Because you see, when you blend it out, you see how high up it gets? You guys, there are 4 dogs at my house right now, and I freaking love it. We have Emily's dog, Riley's sister's dog, that's Emily, and we have Riley's parents' dog, and obviously Mo and Junie here. I love it. I love having all these dogs in my house. It honestly makes it dangerous because I feel like I could have 2 more dogs. But we travel so much and we take Mo and Junie everywhere, and I don't want to throw off their dynamic, so I'm not going to adopt, but it is really, 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 really fun having 4 dogs in the house right now. The hardest part about doing this is just making sure it is even. Like, I always love the way this eye comes out, but then this eye is like, ugh, it cramps my vibes, y'all. It cramps my vibes. Speaking of cramps, ugh. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's peel these off and see where we're at. Ooh, that's pretty. Please, please. Okay, we're looking good. And what I'm gonna do now is switch over to the Your Golden palette, and I'm gonna be using my finger. We're gonna be taking the shade, what do I wanna take? Balmy. And I'm gonna be just lightly tapping it onto the lid, not anything crazy. We're gonna be very careful with this because we don't wanna get rid of our smoky liner that we made. And I'm actually gonna go over it with another color too to brighten it up. Okay, that is looking really good. I'm loving the way this is coming out right now. But I do want it to look a little bit brighter, so I'm gonna take this gold shade Bay Shore right here and go over it. There we go. That is the gold I want. One of my favorite lash kits that Colourpop has is the It's Faux 8-piece Faux Mink False Lash Kit. I feel like this is not only a great lash collection to have in your makeup stash, but this also is a really good gift. If you wear makeup as much as I do and you love your lashes, this is great because you really have a selection of like dramatic lashes, natural lashes, somewhere in between. So I think what I want to use are these ones. I'm also using this really cute Colourpop mirror. I love Colourpop's handheld mirrors, you guys. They're really awesome. And I'm just popping this as close to my lash line as possible. And they're really, really nice and more on the natural side so that you can still kind of see the eyeshadow and the smoky liner. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this one on and be back. I am back and the foundation is on. Let's get into concealer now. I love the Pretty Fresh concealers. They are so hydrating. I use the shade Light 60N, and you know, I have actually started using a lot less concealer than I used to. I mean, you guys know this, but what I like to do is just put it on the sides of my nose. That's gonna help with any redness. This time of year, my allergies are off the freaking wall, so I gotta make sure that I'm covering any redness on the schnoz. And I really only bring it out to here now, and that's kind of it. But this concealer is really, really good because I love how hydrating it is, especially since I have a matte foundation on. It's gonna help add that extra hydration into my skin that I need. So I'm gonna go on in. It blends out really, really nicely, and it doesn't look cakey or anything like that on top of my foundation, which I really, really like. And to set everything, we're gonna be using the No Filter Setting Powder from Colourpop. I actually love that they changed the packaging and have this bigger packaging now. This is definitely a dupe for the Laura Mercier, and they also have this really convenient top. And I'm gonna go ahead and just push the powder in with my sponge just to set the concealer. Now that everything is set, I'm gonna take the freckle pen. I use the shade Soft Brown, and I'm gonna bring back some of my beauty marks that I have that kind of get muted by foundation. So I have one right here, and you can tap it to kind of dilute it if you want. And I have one over here, and one up here. For blush, we're gonna be going in with the shade Prenup. This is the Super Shock Cheek, and it's a satin, and I'm using the Colourpop F21 brush, and I'm just gonna saturate it. And I'm just going to start tapping it onto my cheeks. And I like these because they're super buildable. So if you want to have a little bit more of a dramatic blush, you can have one. I don't know, the blush trend of 2021, I'm taking that into 2022 with me, okay, bish? For our lower lash line, I'm basically gonna smoke out and match what we have. So I'm gonna start off first with the shade Snoozin' and just go on in and smoke it out and start to line it with the black shade. But I don't like to add too much black to the under eye just because sometimes I can get a little bit carried away and look like a raccoon. I'm gonna use the Colourpop L1. This is a really great brush for getting in the inner corner. And I'm gonna use the shade On Ice and just kind of put that on the lower lash line to match our lid. And I'm gonna add a little bit of the Bayshore shade just to add a little bit of gold in there to match. I am such a huge fan of the Colourpop Ultra Blotted Lip. This is in the shade Zuma, and I'm just gonna apply it. And I wanna top it off with this lipstick. This is the Luxe Velvet in the shade Buttercup. These formulas are just so comfortable, you guys. Like, I love the way that they feel on my lips. They're not too drying, and I love a good velvet formula. And to finish this off, we're gonna be going in with the Pretty Fresh setting spray. I like this because it's hydrating and has hyaluronic acid in it. And it smells fantastic. All right, you guys, and here is the finished look. I absolutely love the way this came out. These are truly my Colourpop must-haves. I love the way the eyeshadows blend. I love all of these products, and hopefully this will help you guys out too. I know sometimes you look at a website and you're like, oh my God, what do I order? So I hope that this was helpful. Again, all of the products that I used will be listed down below so you guys can find them easily. And I'll see you guys in the new year. I love y'all so much, and if you like what you see, please consider subscribing, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!